Hey guys, check this out. We're here in El Paso getting some nice rain. Working on this project here. Well, my wife's working on the project. I just had to come drop off some material. But I wanted to share with you guys a little bit about passive income. There are some of us that have been asking about, Airbnbs and about passive income, about ROI and things like that. Maybe I can shed a little bit of light on that subject. Here we go. So let's look at Airbnbs. It's not Airbnb, it's nightly rental. Because we have many different platforms that can accomplish the same thing. So the big word that we use when it comes to nightly rentals is packaging. It all has to do with packaging. So, and what that means is that, let's say you have a service or a product, and but you're able to package it differently. You could sell one candy bar, right? Or you could go out and sell boxes of 12 candy bars. So this is the same product, but it's packaged differently. The same thing in real estate. So usually, we get a single family house and we just rent it monthly, right? So instead of renting it monthly, monthly versus nightly. It's almost a similar service because you're helping people have a place to stay, but since it is nightly, it's packaged differently. So you do have to furnish it, you do have to clean it, but it is packaged differently. So it won't be used monthly, it will be used nightly. And this is what people have experienced. So let's say this one house that I own and that I have will probably lease out for $1,200 monthly. Pretty good, pretty consistently. Doesn't require a lot of effort, but then I could go into the night, take the same house, put it into a nightly rental, furnish it, get it ready. So now your occupancy, right? The occupancy will go down because it won't be leased out every single night, or maybe it is. It just kind of depends. So now your occupancy goes low, and now you have to furnish it, you have to service it, so you have to clean it and everything else. So this is what ends up happening, is that once you shift into a different packaging, the same house that could lease out for $1,200 a month will end up leasing out. You might bring in revenue about $2,500 a month. Obviously more expenses, but more profits, and that's a great strategy to be able to do that. So that's awesome, and we're enjoying our nightly rentals. We're enjoying our monthly leases. We enjoy both, and we enjoy mostly just the flexibility and the freedom that it offers. But now we come into a single family house. So a single family house, when we're wanting to do a monthly rental, and also Airbnb, like, it doesn't matter what sort of asset or what sort of rental you want to do. The big term is ROI. At least for me it is, because when I got started, I had no money. When I got started, I was pretty much just throwing mud on the wall and hoping some of it would stick, right? So what happened here was that we were focused on rate of return, especially cash on cash. So I want to come in with the least amount of money, with the least money, because if I come in with the least money, it'll increase my ROI. And let me show you guys how that happens. Sometimes it's challenging to understand, but it does change your ROI. Your ROI is rate, your rate of return. Which means, let's say you invest $1,000, you invest, and in 1 year, first year, you get $100. $100 is 10% of this number here. So this is a 10% rate of return. So it's growing at a rate of 10%. So in 10 years, you will get your money back if you keep that rate of return. But this is what ends up happening. There is something strange. Not every deal works like this, and you guys have to buy the right sort of deals. But the way I was buying deals is that we come in with less cash. And when you come in with less cash, it increases your ROI. Let's say we've got a single family house right here. Its ARV, or its value, say value. So its value is 100K. Let's say we give 20% down or 20K down, 80,000 financed, right? So that's how we go about and do it. Let's say this deal has $3,600 in profit annually. So the way we calculate it is that we get that $20,000 down. That's the cash that we have, or cash, right, on cash. Cash on cash. So the same down payment is this one. This one is this one that I'm breaking down here. Now you compare it to your profit. So $3,600, how does it compare to the 20,000? 10% of 20,000 is 2,000. 20% of 20,000 is 4,000. That's kind of how I just roughly shoot the numbers. So this is 3,600. It's almost $4,000. So it's almost a 20% rate of return, which is great. Rate of return, which can be a really good rate. But if we take the same deal, 100K in value. Let's say we do 10K down, 90K financed. All of a sudden, we have a similar profit. I mean, the monthly payment shouldn't go up all that much with an extra 10 grand. But this is, let's say the profit stays similar. So now we compare the profit to the down payment. So the same down payment, we bring it down here. This is 10K down. If we compare the two, what is the rate of return? So 10% of 10K is 1,000. We have 3,000 here. We have 3,600. So just to show you guys how the math looks here, this is a 36% rate of return. So over here we have 20% ROI, but all of a sudden you use less cash and it brings your ROI higher. So this is the relationship between the cash invested and the rate of return. So if you go out and you do the same deal, let's say you're able to finance all of it, 100K gets financed and $3,600 coming in profit. $100K, this is financed, and this is also the value of the house. Obviously, in many ways, this deal is just completely wrong. First off, you don't buy something at market value, but this is just for the sake of understanding ROI. But now it's 100K, you're bringing in 3,600 in profit, and all of a sudden, your rate of return is infinite. But what if you say, well, I've got the 100K, it's valued at 100K, this is the value, I have 100K, so 100K cash, and I'm still making 3,600 in revenue. Well, actually, in this case, it'd be much greater. Let's say 100K, you're probably looking at an additional $3,600 that you would be saving in interest and principal. So you're probably somewhere at around $7,200 in profit. You compare it to your 100K cash. So that's where your rate of return is 7.2. This is just how the math works. If you use your cash, maybe you'd have less stress, but you'd also have very low rate of return. super low, 7.2%, super low. But where you use other people's money and do it the right way, you can increase your rate of return. So that just kind of, gives you guys a little bit to think on. And as we lay out a plan for you guys as to where you guys want to go, and keep in mind that me and my team, what we're doing here in El Paso nationwide is we're building leaders. We're helping people be able to have that financial freedom, to be able to build that through real estate. And it's awesome to be able to help you guys out in that regard. And we just go out and we have fun with it. We just go out and we try to be a blessing to someone. We try to help someone out. And that's how we've been able to pick up our real estate and pick up our deals. We're just out in the service business. We're in the people business. So we go out and we live life and we do business, hoping that every single day we can be the answer to someone's prayer. So if you guys can mimic some of that, you guys will also have a ton of success. And that pretty much does it. Thank you guys.